the pod bay doors.
Hello, my name is Tyler, and I've hijacked this week's episode of the Cinematic Travelers podcast. Today, my co-hosts, Sean and Chris, have been forced to watch a movie of my choosing. We will be reviewing Ford versus Ferrari today. How you guys doing today?
Oh, excited to not be the host this week.
How are you, Tyler?
I am so nervous to mess this up, guys. I'm so nervous to mess this one up, but it's all right.
You already have, so you gotten it out of the way.
I know, but we can edit it all out.
We'll edit it out. I mean, geez. Think of our billions of fans that are watching right now. They're just like, oh my God, Tyler, lead us through this episode.
All right. Well, I do have a question for you guys to start it off. If you guys were racing in the 24-hour Le Mans, current day or in the past, which driving team do you think you would choose?
I mean, I feel like I'd have to choose.
I don't know any of the teams.
I'd have to choose Ford back in the day.
You know what? Then I'll go Ferrari because I like.
Those were the only two options.
I like the Italians.
Yeah, I don't know any other team. There's the McLaren team. Isn't that a team?
I was going to choose McLaren. I love McLaren.
Okay.
So actually, Bruce McLaren was on his driving team.
Yes, he was. How about that?
Bang! All right.
Boom! Did we win? What did we win for answering the question correctly?
I just wanted a little fun question in there. See what you guys thought. Why don't you guys tell everybody where they can find us to take a listen to our podcast?
I think I will handle this for you, Tyler. I get to
Thank you.
take this role, except I don't have a long pause as I try to figure out
Oh, shut up.
The addresses for anything. All right, the best place to go for social media is on Instagram, because that's the one I'm on the most. That one is at Cinematic Travelers Pod. We do have a Twitter one at CMT Pod, but Twitter is a cesspool, so probably just stay away from that. I did a Facebook one this week, but I can't remember the name of that one. Or you can always get in touch with us through our Gmail. That would be thecinematictravelers@gmail.com.
And we're also on Spotify,
And Sean?
YouTube, and Apple Music.
Yes. Look at
Very
that.
nice, fellas. All right. It's time.
Is
Warm
it
up your
already?
engines. Air up your tires. We're going to Le Mans. All right, so we're reviewing Ford versus Ferrari. This film was made in 2019. It was budgeted at $97.5 million, and it earned approximately $225 million.
Wow.
I didn't translate that to today's money because it wasn't a huge jump, but that is a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of
Bit
money.
a hit there.
It was directed, a whole lot of money. It was directed by James Mangold, who also directed Indiana Jones and The Dial of Destiny. Bad movie. A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan bio. And Logan.
Yes.
Did you guys like
One
Logan?
of the best superhero movies ever.
Okay.
Yes.
It's about 2.5 hours long. It does feature actors Christian Bale and Matt Damon as our leading actors, and it also has John Berthal, so it is automatically a pretty cool movie.
Hey, you're stealing my positives here.
We have a plot summary here. Ford versus Ferrari takes place between the years 1963 and 1966. Ford Motor Company is in a bit of a sales slump, and CEO Henry Ford II wants to find a way to make his cars popular again. He approaches the man himself, Enzo Ferrari, to propose a buyout of the Ferrari company and leave Enzo with 10% ownership but 0% control. So Enzo takes this very personally, takes it as an insult to his craftsmanship and all of his hard work.
You have given me an offer I cannot refuse.
The meeting ends with Enzo absolutely tearing Ford apart verbally and insulting Henry Ford, calling him Henry Ford II, not Henry Ford. The word gets back to Henry Ford, and he takes that pretty personally. So now Henry Ford is looking to make a race car to go kick Ferrari's ass in the Le Mans. He hires Carroll Shelby, a renowned automotive designer, and Ken Miles, a lifetime mechanic and a fearless driver, to design and race the Ford GT40. After many prototypes and many tests, the GT40 was developed, and Ford pulls off the unthinkable and beats 9-time Le Mans champions Ferrari.
Wow. Very good. Very
Beautiful.
good.
Thanks.
Sean, I got a feeling, Sean, we get a lot of car talk in this one.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
getting nothing but car talk in this one.
100%.
Tyler's right into his wheelhouse. He's gonna just impress us and
I'm
make us look
comfortable here.
stupid. I'll be like,
So now that we've got all that out of the way, let's jump into the positives of Ford versus Ferrari.
Gentlemen, start your
That
Nice.
doesn't get you pumped up. I don't know.
I know. Oh, it gets my blood pumping. Who wants to go first?
You're in charge of this operation tonight,
Man.
sir. You tell us.
I'm gonna have Dad go first.
Oh, well, yay for me. I get to go first. This is so unusual. I'm not used to this. All right. Where should we start? I think I will start with something that Tyler has already mentioned. That would be the cast. Of course, you've got the great Christian Bale, Academy Award winner Christian Bale, who is pretty much good at everything as he is here. What I love about his performance as Kenny Miles?
Yes.
Yes, all right. I can't never remember character names as many times as they say it in the movie.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Kenny was a race car driver. He never did come in last. But yeah, I like that this is sort of I don't know what you would say, a more fun role for Christian Bale. Usually he's in these, not that this isn't an Oscar worthy film, but usually he's going for those, award season kind of dramas, and it's very deep and all that. And this feels like he's just having a good time through this whole movie. And I think, again, much like every movie he's in, anytime he's on the screen, the movie is just so much better. And yeah, like I said, I love that he's having fun. It's almost a comedy as much shit as he talks throughout the whole movie. I mean, and I love when he walks into the unveiling of the Mustang. And that guy tells his son not to touch anything, and then he just is like, "Oh, okay, I guess we're on." And he starts tearing the Mustang apart about it. What a piece of shit. I really enjoy that scene. I know, Sean, before we started, we were talking while you were away from the camera there, and he said that he really loved that scene as well, because anybody that loves Mustangs or drives Mustangs must really have a very tiny crankshaft.
Yeah, I know where you sleep, Sean.
But yeah, Christian Bale all the way throughout the movie is great as Kenny Miles. I like Matt Damon as Carroll Shelby, although his Texas accent comes and goes throughout the movie, but we'll forgive him for that. Matt is, I wouldn't say a stellar actor, but he's just one of those solid actors, right? Anything he's in, he's just going to be just good in it. And the way he plays off Christian Bale, I think they have a good camaraderie here. You really buy into the fact that these two have known each other. Even at the beginning of the movie, you know that they've known each other for a long time, the way they have their back and forth. And when he throws the wrench at and shit, and they're just talking shit, and they have that stupid fight. That was pretty good. But yeah, I really love their performances. And of course, like you said, Tyler, John Bernthal in it automatically bumps it up a point in anybody's grading system. Even though he doesn't have a big part in it, as Lee Iacocca, he's still cool. Come on. He can't help but look cool in that 62
every movie he's in.
His hair's look back. Come on. Yeah, exactly. The direction was, again, very solid. James Mangold is very good with his period pieces. As you mentioned, he did A Complete Unknown. The Indiana Jones movie he did, that was set in the 60s. He also did Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix back in the day. So he can really bring the movie into whatever time period he wants. And it feels like a very 60s movie, from the clothes and the cars, of course, and the music and everything that comes together with that. Just the way it's lit is very bright and gives you sort of this hopeful, optimistic feeling throughout the whole movie until we get to the end that I'll get to shortly. Plus, when it gets to the racing stuff that I know Tyler was just loving, it really puts you right in the middle of it. You get a lot of POV shots, so you feel the speed of these race cars going 200 some odd miles an hour, and then you get the crashes in front of you, and you feel like every turn could be disastrous for whatever driver you're following. You do get a lot of the, which I had to laugh a couple of times, you get the drivers looking at each other.
Yeah, 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably not going into a turn at 200 miles an hour. You're not going to go staring them down. Anyway, but again, it really brings you into the movie. I think it flows pretty well. We'll get into some stuff in the negatives, but you're interested. It's an underdog story. Even if you're not a car person, it's really, that's what it is. It's the underdog, which is weird to say for Ford being the underdog, but that's kind of what this whole movie is them beating the, tough Ferrari owners. And not to belabor things, you know how I love to talk. At this episode, I don't get to talk as much, so I got to get it all out as I can. But I like, this one is probably personal for me, but I like that Christian Bale, Kenny Miles, he's a good dad. He's got a good relationship with his son. His son loves him. They have a good, he looks up to his dad, and they're, they have the good back and forth. The wife, he's got a good wife, and they got a good relationship, nice family unit. You don't see that a lot in Hollywood movies. Usually, us dads, we get kind of treated like, maybe we are, I don't know, but it was nice to see it. And then, what should I do? I think I'll do serious, and then I'll do my fun one at the end. But I don't know how to feel about this scene at the end. It's just such a gut punch. It feels like you have this movie where they built you up for this moment at Le Mans, and you're like, yeah, we did it. Kenny Miles kicking out, and now he's testing the car again when his son's watching. This is great. Oh shit, he's dead. And you're like, hold on, I feel terrible now. I hate this movie. Why?
Cutting onions.
Kenny Miles, I'm dying right in front of his son too. So yeah, that's it's kind of a cool way to really subvert your expectations, and I hate that phrase because you do feel like the victory is the highlight of everything, but it lets you know without holding any punches that that there was a tragedy at the end of this story. So I will end with my final positive, which a little lightheartedness, but man, there were some kick-ass Ray-Ban sunglasses in this movie. Everybody had a great pair. I was like, fuck yeah, representing them Ray-Bans. Yeah, Wayfarers, and I don't know what kind of Christian Bale was wearing, but those were super slick. I'm like, I need some of those. But yeah, so kudos, Ray-Bans. I might be visiting your store online. But those are my basic positives for Ford versus Ferrari. Now I'm going to sit back and take a nap.
All right. That was good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. I try.
Sean, do you want to knock yours out?
Yeah, dude, I'll go for it. Let me just disappear real quick.
He doesn't want you to see his face when he rips your favorite movie apart.
No, not at all. So the scene at the beginning where he beats up the trunk of the car so that he could qualify, when the people were just ripping him a new one about, the rules and all that stuff. I thought that was a really funny scene. I thought that kind of showed his character and how much he cares about racing and stuff right off the bat. I like how they explained in the meeting with, what was John Bernthal's character's name? Leo Iacocca?
Lee Iacocca.
Lee Iacocca. Okay. When he's in that meeting at the beginning trying to tell Mr. Ford how they should change how they make their cars, I like how it explained very shortly, but how the baby boomers' babies, how they wanted those cars to look, and just kind of how they transitioned from the old style of cars to the newer style of cars. I thought that was pretty cool. Like Chris was saying, the acting all around is phenomenal. The soundtrack of the movie I thought was great. I loved all the music.
Chicka-bow, chicka-bow, chicka-bow.
Yeah, I thought it fitted very well. The chemistry between Ken and Carol, obviously Matt Damon and Christian Bale, was just so good. Like Chris was kind of saying, you believed that they were like brothers in a way, best friends. So they have really good chemistry. The scene, I think it was Daytona, where Carroll tells him to go up to 7,000 RPMs, and he holds up the chalkboard, and he just waltzes out on the track, and he just holds it up. I thought that was really badass. That was super cool. All of the racing scenes are so intense, and I love that. I felt like it really captured, as somebody that's not a car guy, I feel like it really captured the essence of what it feels and sounds like to be behind the wheel of one of those cars. So that was really cool to kind of be put in that seat as, again, somebody that's not really a car guy or knows much about cars.
Don't worry, we're gonna get an education here in a minute.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get schooled.
This is why I let you guys do your positives first, because I've got just an absolute novel over here.
This might be a 6-hour episode.
Let's see. I love how at the end, when Ford told him that he had to slow down, he took that, and even though he had already set a record, he took that and responded with a whole new record,
The perfect
breaking
lap.
his current one, and driving the perfect lap. Well, yeah, that was so cool. I love his character in that movie. And my last one is how Enzo tipped his hat to Ken at the end. I thought was just a nice trade-off of, you know what, like, you beat me fair and square. I respect you. Kind of like a mutual respect thing. I thought that was really cool. Yeah. Those are my positives.
Oh God, now I'm gonna have to cut mine down a little bit. I feel like I got too many.
I wish I had more, dude. I was just so engaged with it.
All right, so I guess I'll do my positives now. You guys,
All
sit
right,
back, get some
comfortable.
popcorn.
Oh, that's right. Get your popcorn ready.
All right, so just from the start, when Henry Ford II, he comes into the factory and he shuts the line down, and he makes a little line about the Chevy Impalas just kicking their asses in sales. I thought it was funny because everybody on the line working for Ford laughed at it. Kind of made you feel like that they didn't really enjoy the Ford cars, that they would also prefer the Chevy Impala. When Ford approached Ferrari for the buyout, I know you guys didn't know what cars were in those garages, but that was like 4 Ferrari 300 P3 cars in the same room. And those are about $5 million a car right now.
You think they were real? Or do you think they were
I don't know if they were real. I couldn't find anything on that, but just, I don't know, just being a car guy myself and then seeing 3 of them lined up, it was crazy.
I thought that, not to interrupt, but whenever Matt Damon was out there tearing through in his Cobra, I was like, I bet that was a replica.
Probably a kit car, yeah.
They wouldn't trust him with a real one.
I did enjoy that they tied Fiat into the Ferrari buyout because they were sister companies up until 2016. But just kind of throwing that fact in there was pretty cool. I feel like the movie in its entirety was pretty historically accurate to the event that took place. They nailed a lot of things. I like that Henry didn't care what Enzo said up until he insulted him, saying that he was not Henry Ford. And then it was just all out war. It was just, we're going to race and I'm going to beat you. It was perfect. It was good. You kind of saw the emotion like drop from his face as he's listening to it. It was very subtle, but you could see it. It was a good act.
It was cool too because, again, I don't mean to jump in here. I'm terrible.
No, please go ahead.
I'm a bad guest, aren't I?
No, I like the interaction.
I think it was cool because, again, we love Bernthal and he's always cool, but he kind of knew that was what was going to get his goat. He was like, okay, I'll tell you everything. He said, because the other guy was like, I ain't saying shit. And he was like, you know what? I'll tell him. I know what's going to happen.
I think that whole movie, he definitely played like the double-sided guy. You know, he's obviously going to kiss Henry Ford's ass because he works for him. But then also he's really pulling for Miles to get it and win from the underdog story. I
promise I'll try to keep quiet.
No, you're good.
You want me to mute myself?
No. Jump in whenever. Carroll Shelby, the Shelby Cobras, they're near and dear to me, as you know already.
Yes.
With Pop owning 2 kit cars,
We
And
know a thing or two about Carroll Shelby and his automobiles.
yes. And I think one of the first memories I have of ever going fast in a car was when he took me out on a ride in the orange one, and probably was doing over 100 miles an hour. It was cool.
Yeah.
Those are really fun cars. You can feel the exhaust kind of vibrating through the car because it comes out from the sides over near the doors.
Oh,
and
that's
everything.
cool.
I burned my leg on it. It was great.
Yeah. We all got snake bits.
The 1964 debut of the first ever Ford Mustang was a great scene, as you have mentioned. I like that Ken Miles doesn't really hold back. I mean, he's going to tell you how he feels, and if you don't like it, then you can get all, you can screw off.
Yeah. Especially like I said, I like it because when he was fine, and then when Josh Lucas's character, I can't remember his name, tells his son, "Hey, don't touch that guy," he's like, "Okay, well, here I go."
Yeah, I
like,
liked their
son,
dynamic.
I'll handle this. I was like, "Oh yeah."
Like the father-son dynamic was great. You could tell that they had a lot of love for each other. And I liked that I don't remember the son's name, but I liked that he was also interested in the racing, and he when Ken Miles did throw out his trophies and he was just going to quit racing to go get a job and provide for the family, his kid went out to the dumpster and he got all the trophies and he put them under his bed. He's like, "You're not throwing this shit away." I personally related with Ken Miles quite a bit, especially when he's like driving the GT40 and he's coming back with just lists and lists of what the car is telling him, right? Because he's driving it and he's listening to it and he's feeling it and it's talking to each other and everything. It was good. It was cool. I think he played a very spot on mechanic. I feel like he did a very good job there.
Yeah. I do have a question. Can I ask?
Yeah.
I keep saying I'm not going to interrupt. Sean's
No,
gonna
do it.
reach through the screen and smack me in the head. Say, "Shut up!" So when Christian Bale was working on the cars as a mechanic, did you look at it and be like, "What is he doing?" Or did it seem like he really was working on something for real?
Legitimately, I think throughout the entire movie, he played the mechanic role very well. When he was under the cars and he was doing what he was doing, it looked
like,
realistic to me.
All right.
You
Always curious because sometimes you'll see, even not with my limited knowledge, I'll see people trying to do something in a movie to a car, and I'm like, you're not doing anything.
Yeah. No, I think he did a very good job. Mainly, I guess, would be just him feeling the car. Like that's just kind of how it is. I don't know how to explain that, but I mean, you drive a car, you know what's wrong with it. You can feel it immediately. I liked Carroll Shelby making Henry Ford cry in the little test drive. That was hilarious. Yeah. I had no idea. And the entire Le Mans race was incredible. The intensity of the races was really nice. I liked Shelby messing around with the Ferrari team. That was pretty funny. Yeah, get your heart racing. You want him to win. You want him to get through that.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that. I think during the whole movie, they definitely captured to a T what happened with Ford versus Ferrari and the Le Mans race and everything like that. You do start out across the road from your car. You have to run to your car and get in, and you got to get out safely. Ken Miles actually did have trouble with his door shutting in the race in real life. Okay. Yeah, the first lap, he could not shut it. Something was going on with it. So they put it in the movie. I was like, that's really cool. And there are also a few scenes of Enzo Ferrari at the Le Mans race, and he actually was not there in real life. He did not go to that race when he got beat. So just a little fun fact there.
Sore loser.
And I'll cut it short. I'll cut it short. That's my positives.
All right. Well,
it's good, man.
Yeah. All right. I was rooting for a Ferrari. I was like, God, come on, Ferrari.
No, I honestly, the scene where he blew the motor because he was revving it out to 9,000, I was like, yeah, that's it. It's over. That's done. I knew that was gonna happen.
You're done.
I was like, come on, win it for Vito Corleone.
Vito. So now let's talk about our negatives of Ford versus Ferrari. Dad, you're up.
All right. Thank you. I'm so shocked. I don't have a whole lot. I will say, as much as this is, as like I said, this is the underdog movie, and outside of the end of the movie, it feels kind of very safe. Like it fits right inside of its wheelhouse. It never really ventures outside until that very end. That's the only time in the movie where you feel like, oh, we're doing something different with this type of story. So it kind of you kind of know the beats of this type of movie where you got the build up to where they're doing the thing, and then there's the moment where he doesn't get to drive at the one race and he's in the garage work. So now he's at his low point, and then you get him to come back up, and then he has his high point. So yeah, it feels kind of safe. So that leads into my next negative, which again, these are kind of tiny negatives, but yeah, I think the movie drags a little bit here and there. A couple of times I was like, okay, let's just get on with it. I get the point. They don't like Kenny Miles. He's gonna say what he's got to say. We understand. I didn't understand, and I wish that was another thing. There's some characters where I was like, I wish I had more time. Like the I don't know his name, Carol Shelby's right hand man, the engineer guy.
Phil.
It seemed like he was. Was it Phil?
Oh, Pops?
Is that Pops? Okay.
Yeah, the older man.
I can't even remember his name, but yeah,
They just called him Pops. I think it was Phil, though.
Okay. It felt like he was more important to this operation, but you never really get to, to know him at least a little bit more. And I didn't understand I understood it in the story part of the movie. They had to have a quote unquote villain, and it was Josh Lucas's character. I can't remember. BB, maybe something like that. Anyway, the second in command at Ford that kept trying to get Ken out of the car and all that stuff. It was just like he was an asshole from the start. I was like, why does he hate Ken? I mean, they explain it, but it's not in a way where I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know. I just wish there would have been something a little better in that department to where it didn't feel like, oh well, we need to have a bad guy in the movie so they could fight against him in the corporate world. So there was just a couple little things here and there, but nothing horrible. I enjoyed watching the film. I guess we'll get there in a minute. So that's about all my negatives.
Oh, that's not too much. That's not too much. I thought you were going to rip it apart, man.
I couldn't do that. It's Christian Bale. I would never rip apart a Christian Bale movie. That's Batman. He'll come kick my ass.
All right, Sean. Let's hear it.
Dude, I could not find a single negative.
My God.
Wow.
I did not. Impressive. I tried to think of one. I could not think of one. I was engaged the whole time. There were no parts for me personally that felt like it was dragging. But yeah, dude, I didn't, no negatives from me.
Look at there. Sean is just making this easy for you.
Wow.
That's so nice.
Thank you,
That's
Sean.
good. That's
Thank
good.
You,
that was your first time watching, right, Sean?
Yes, that's my first time watching it.
Well, I guess I'll jump into my negatives for the movie. I think I have more than you guys, actually.
Really? What is it, like the movie wasn't long enough? You could have done 4 more hours of this movie.
No, it's kind of just nitpicky things, honestly. So Carroll Shelby is making so much money and he's selling all these cars and he's such good best friends with Kenny Miles. Why are you not giving him a Cobra to drive around on the daily?
That's true.
Like, what is he driving the little station wagon around for? Give him a car.
Well, I mean, Kenny's got a family.
All right, well, give him a +1 car. You got a Cobra and a station wagon. There you go.
Well, didn't he had something, but when they closed his garage down, it was in there. What's the British, is it MG? Oh, this is bad. MG? MG? Okay.
Not good with the classics, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah. All right, fair enough. There's probably some British people pulling their hair out right now.
You don't know what it is. I did not enjoy watching Ford just bash Ken Miles like that. I mean, he's picking the GT40 apart and he's making it better with every single lap that he does. And for some reason, they don't want him to be the driver because he's not good with the press. And in my opinion, the press doesn't matter if you don't win. You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, just kind of a stupid move for Ford there in the movie. And then the technicality that lost Ken the race.
Oh, yeah.
That happened in real life as well, by the way.
Yeah.
That was a
That
bummer.
I didn't appreciate the technicality that I actually don't remember who won it. Was it McLaren? Bruce McLaren? He started a little bit further back than Ken in the start of the race, so he was declared the winner by default. Even though Ken blew every lap record out of the water and then slowed down for everyone to catch up.
Yeah, that's what he gets for being a team player.
I know, right?
That's the moral of the story. Take care of yourself. Fuck corporate America.
And then the ending. I mean, the ending was a rough ending there. I mean, it wasn't a bad ending. I just, they stayed true to the story. Yeah. That's what happened. He died.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Unfortunately, his son was there to see it. So
God, it's just like I said though. You come off that high from the Le Mans thing, and then you're just like, yeah. Oh God.
Yep. And it was the brakes again.
Again.
The damn brakes. But I would say those are my negatives for this awesome movie. Let's get into our final verdict of the movie then. Would you give this 10 record-setting laps on the Le Mans race? Or 1 fireball from brake failure into the ditch death?
I don't know. I'm definitely not going to do a 1 in that case. Let's go. Oh boy, I feel like this might be too high, but I'm going to go 8 record-breaking laps. I enjoy the movie for the performances alone. Like I said, Christian Bale. It's nice to see him in a movie where he's having fun and being sort of I don't want to say lightweight character, but a lighter character with a good bond with his family. And it is good underdog story, and you're rooting for him all the way to the end. So yeah, let's go with an 8.
Awesome. Sean, what would you give this movie?
I would give this movie 9 record-breaking laps.
Whoa! Wow, man!
I
surprised.
really liked this movie, dude. It was a good movie.
So, would you say, as a non-car guy, which I'm kind of like, I just know stuff because of who I grew up with and who my son is, so maybe I'm a little more knowledgeable in that, but you can still enjoy it, right? Because even if it's about cars and all that shit, it's that underdog story, right? You never
100%.
felt like you were lost because of it.
Yeah, that's kind of one thing I was a little worried about, is because it was a car movie, I was like, man, like, I feel like I'm going to think this is boring and all that stuff. But yeah, no, not a car guy, loved it.
Okay, I felt the same way.
Well, I am a car guy. And I'm going to have to agree with Sean. I'm going to give this 9 record-setting laps.
Man.
I would give it a 10, but I feel like I'm biased, so I'm going to give it a 9 to be generous.
All right. You could have been 10. It's all right.
No. It's a 9. It's a 9. It was a great movie, though. I appreciated all the performances. I appreciated how accurate they were with the cars, and just the way that Ken Miles acted, or Christian Bale acted as a great mechanic, and I related to the mechanic side a lot, and I'd watch it anytime.
And he made us watch it. Aren't you glad though, Sean, he made you watch it?
Yes, I am.
All right, well, join us here next week for episode 3 of Star Wars. I think it's going to be a really good episode. I think Sean's going to enjoy it a lot. He's probably have a whole lot of positives.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And if you would like, please reach out to us on Instagram, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, wherever.
Comment, all that fun stuff. Please subscribe. We need subscribers. Plus, you can go on YouTube and see the star of our YouTube channel, Sean.
He's pretty blurry today, but it's all right.
But yeah, he's usually pretty clear, and for some reason, he's the star of this podcast on YouTube.
All right.
Of course, because he's married. That's what it is, Tyler. He's
I know, they
married.
can smell it.
That is right. Yeah. Us single guys, they don't care about us single guys, but as they see the married guy, they're like, "Ooh."
And as always, we've got the smartest and we've got the sexiest podcast listeners in the universe.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.